Welcome to this presentation for the Masters in Education and Instructional Technology at Kennesaw State University. My name is Stephenson, and in this presentation my objective is to give you an overview of my capstone. Firstly, a little bit about me, and actually it's pretty important to the context of this project. I'm originally from Antrim, Northern Ireland. I'm completing my 18th year in education with experiences in systems ranging from Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, North Carolina public schools, and Georgia private schools. I've been teaching geography and history in the Atlanta International School for the past 7 years, hence my love of maps. For 5 of those years, I have been a consultant professional development workshop leader for the International Baccalaureate Middle Years Programme, or MYP, which has allowed me to teach all over the world. This academic year, I have been the instructional technology teacher for 6th through 12th grade at AIS. My migration from the classroom to instructional technologist has led me to this capstone project. The title of my capstone project is Sustaining and Deepening Technology Integration in a One-to-One Laptop Program in an International School Setting. This capstone was originally proposed in April 2014. So what is an international school? Atlanta International School, or AIS, is a private co-educational school in Buckhead, Georgia, offering 3 of the 4 International Baccalaureate, or IB, programs. Students are fully immersed in their language acquisition of either German, Spanish, or French from K3 or 4 through 12. The international school environment is a thriving, intrinsic, complicated, but a very vibrant place to be. AIS embarked on an ambitious technology strategic plan in the 2011-2012 school year. Part of this plan was to put laptops into the hands of all 6th through 12th grade students to enhance their daily learning. The big idea was to create a learning environment that was not curtailed by access to classrooms with computers, but to develop a robust school-wide movement where laptops integrated seamlessly into the curriculum for teaching and enhance student engagement for learning. For faculty, there were some challenges in the roadmap ahead. With student access more prevalent than ever before, there was a need to explore and place the delivery process beyond the teacher computer. Were the faculty ready for students to have their own laptops? What professional development might they need? But here is where the blunt reality check took place. In the current professional development goal-setting process, there is little reference to technology integration. Further to this point, in the 2013-14 academic year, there was no formal school professional development time spent on technology integration as a focus. Technology was only seen to be a tool to deliver that professional development. So this is where I proposed a solution. In my new role, I would reach out to another international school of similar size and program offerings and evaluate their progress in their one-to-one laptop program using a survey that I would then deploy to the AIS faculty. By benchmarking the 2 similar contexts, I could best determine what already developed technology integration tools might work in a very unique international school environment like AIS. At a subsequent faculty meeting, I planned to synthesize these findings into a short presentation, use the data to engage interest, and recruit volunteer teachers to pilot the use of these 3 technology integration tools to assist them with deepening their use of the one-to-one laptop in the classroom for teaching their specific subject and to inform their future professional development goals. 3 technology integration tools were proposed for evaluation in this project. The first was Levels of Teaching Innovation, or LOTI, which provides a 3-step framework by which teachers can reflect on their use of technology in their classroom. The second was Substitution, Augmentation, Modification, or Redefinition, or SAMR. This model supports and enables teachers to design, develop, and infuse digital learning experiences that utilize technology. And finally, TPACK, which stands for Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge. This framework identifies the knowledge teachers need to teach effectively with technology. But this plan hit a major problem. I was unable to send out a faculty-wide survey. Discussions with the Director of 21st Century Teaching and Learning contended there had been too many faculty surveys sent out in the preceding months, with more to come due to many overall school goal foci this year. Survey data had led to faculty mistrusting completing surveys, and there was a fatigue climate in survey taking. I hit a very major roadblock. Without our school survey data, there would be no faculty presentation, and this would impede building a bought-in, research-led pilot group. I was rapidly learning that the best laid plans in a busy, intrinsic international school like ours are not always easy to implement. However, one part of the plan was salvageable. Instead of contacting just one international school, I reached out to the technology directors of 10 international schools of similar size and program offerings with a survey about their one-to-one laptop programs. 8 replied to the survey from Vietnam, France, 2 different schools in Singapore, Germany, Switzerland, Canada, and Poland. The intention here was to, at the very least, understand the use of laptops in other international schools and the challenges that we may be facing in AIS. For example, when presented with a multiple choice question, what digital platforms do students use? 6 of the 8 respondents to the survey said that their schools insisted on student ownership of various platforms, PC and Mac mixed from 6th grade onwards, or when the student enters middle school. The device grows, or I would argue ages with the student. This mirrors the one-to-one laptop program in AIS, where the students own and maintain their own MacBook devices in grades 6 through 12 with some in-school support. The next question was to ascertain the type of one-to-one devices that were used across the school. While this was a multiple choice question, all responding schools elected to respond to their own particular school makeup in terms of access of device using the open-ended other option. This illustrated a very complex school climate across all of the schools surveyed. Compiling this data alone conceded to the very intrinsic system of the international school technology systems that are in existence across the world, with many tangents to the complexities observed at AIS. It was becoming increasingly apparent from this data that one-to-one laptop programs in the international school environment are a tricky and complex beast, driven by very unique school contexts, resources, and leadership ideas of best practice. For example, professional development in all but one of the schools was given in scheduled teacher work days and with support from technology integrationists and coaches. But when further questioned, this time was often eroded because of complex schedules and climates in the schools. One director reported that there were so many competing initiatives taking time for professional development. Another said that the focus of technology professional development, if not closely aligned with the school goals, was making it difficult to get teacher buy-in, especially in high-stakes testing classrooms like Diploma Programme or DP. This resonated with me. I was in that situation. So many competing initiatives in AIS with technology not at the forefront of the school's goals this year. So I had to rethink and fast. How could I build my working group from across the community in a busy international school without professional development officially sanctioned, working only within the confines of in my role as a technologist? The answer came in one of those numerable foci. Several faculty, including myself, were already involved in another project focus in this academic year. The Atlantic K-12 Design Challenge was an opportunity to leverage already engaged teachers through a process that they were already using. As design thinking goals iterate, solve complex issues in schools. Using this model, I designed the following method to engage teacher involvement in the pilot. Firstly, in design thinking, it's important to empathize with the user. I interviewed various faculty personally and sent a 6th through 12th grade email asking, what technology would you like to lunch and learn with for teaching and learning? Electronic responses were gathered using a Padlet link, sent with the original email. As time was now running short, I elected to use the lunch and learn model. Common in workplaces and in the IB, this model of professional development growth takes place over the lunch period. The next step was to define. I took this data and looked for the most common needs of our faculty. With a small defined list of professional development offerings created, I spent time and ideated. I crafted 6 30-minute short professional development hands-on learning experiences and discussions to deepen attendant faculty discussion to the use of laptops in their classrooms. I built a prototype learning forum, a website that developed to curate all of the resources and discussions during delivery of each Lunch and Learn. And finally, then I tested. From January through March, I delivered 6 workshops with follow-up visits to classrooms and collaborative meetings to harness my pilot teaching team. Attendance was low at all the Lunch and Learns, despite reminders by email, in the weekly face-to-face faculty briefing and bulletin, and a static website link that I'd asked faculty to bookmark that posted the weekly meeting and topic on the home page. 5 members of faculty, however, did attend regularly, with many anecdotally reporting that lunchtime duties, meetings, and other student organisation commitments curtailed their attendance. I learned in order for professional development to really stick or get into a school climate, there needs to be legitimate buy-in for faculty to truly engage and administrative support. However, despite the odds, 3 faculty decided to join the one-to-one technology integration pilot team. John D., who is English and an MYP product design teacher and the leader of the design group of subjects. Tim M., who is American and is an MYP history teacher, and Chris A., who is Canadian and an MYP digital design teacher. I met with the 3 teachers to discuss the MYP unit planner and the choice of technology integration tools, and to share findings from the International School Survey. As my number of volunteer teachers was lower than expected, this group articulated that choosing one tool rather than all 3 to test would be more beneficial in the time left. Given most of our benchmark schools use SAMR with their faculty, the solution seemed obvious. However, the discussion gravitated to delivery of a previous SAMR professional development in 2012-2013 school year that had had no visible effect on the teachers to date. As the group explored the resource links I had supplied for TPACK and Low-T, they gravitated to the Low-T framework, and we began to whiteboard the possibilities. Various Low-T tools were curated on our website resource page of the Lunch and Learn website. The pilot teachers clearly saw how they could use current instructional practices, or the CIP sniff test, in the MYP unit planner section prior to teaching to review their current practice. Each teacher shared an MYP unit of inquiry they were about to teach, and in further one-to-one meetings, we talked through their MYP unit plan using the sniff test to evaluate their technology integration before teaching into their written curriculum map. Having augmented the MYP unit planner original design with components of Low-T that we discussed for the section on reflection prior, during, and after teaching, the pilot teachers completed their sniff test and selected 2 lessons to score using the HEAT rubric before they taught them. I scheduled time to come and observe and walk through these lessons. The pilot teachers used this rubric to reflect on their lesson prior to teaching. I used the same rubric in the lesson walkthrough and made additional notes. These walkthroughs lasted the whole hour of the lesson and gave the instructional technologist a great opportunity to observe the teacher and to talk to students about their work. In the post-walkthrough collaborative meetings, the MYP unit planner was revisited and a section on reflection after teaching completed using the HEAT scores and suggestions from the technology integrationist. The ideas were documented for consideration the next time this MYP unit of inquiry would be taught to promote the deeper use of the one-to-one laptop and discussion about professional development needs to make these strategies happen if necessary in the future. Having completed the whole process, each teacher was asked to complete a short evaluation of their experience to capture data to better understand this process and improve on the deliverable of using Low-T as part of the MYP unit planning process and its usefulness in thinking about teacher professional development growth. John D. was enthusiastic about my feedback to take the laptop beyond the project documentation of process in Google Documents and to give students an opportunity to display their work. This resulted in discussions about using touch devices as a BYOD for the use of apps like Genius Scan or Erasma to augment the use of the laptop. Students can more easily use touch devices for photo scans and augmented reality and use the laptop to curate their final creations. In his exit survey, John D. reported that low T and reflection helped me focus on the fact that students may have experience using other devices and software that they may be able to use, not just the technology I have introduced to them. This helped him articulate strategies that would deepen the future technology use by students completing this unit of inquiry, and visualize technology he might target to learn in professional development and the types of devices that he might like to future procure. Chris A gave very positive feedback in the exit survey, including that he liked that there was feedback and opportunity to collaborate on teaching strategies. The observer, me, worked with the students and asked them questions about their work. He felt comfortable about this process. These were key objectives I hoped to reach, as many teachers in AIS are not used to having technology integrationists work with them in their classroom, as their availability to date has been curtailed due to part-time hours and scheduled classes. Chris further iterated that he was leaving AIS at the end of this academic year, but he would be able to leave behind good units of inquiry for the incoming faculty to onboard with. This method therefore points to sustaining laptops beyond a sustainable tenure. Chris M was the teacher most open to using this process. In the 2 walkthroughs that I did, he did not bring out laptops with the students at all. When we reflected, he discussed lots of great ideas, but he felt he needed help to curate these using the technology available. Tim M expressed the wish to team teach for the remainder of this MYP unit of inquiry with me as the integrationalist in those ongoing classes. In just a few lessons, we went from whole class discussions just using the whiteboard and markers to students using their laptops to collaborate using Padlet, curating resources from the library LibGuides for evaluation of the Islam question they wanted to investigate. This was the win, deepening the use of the laptops with a teacher that to this point was not authentically integrating their use. I learned many dispositions necessary for technology integration by conducting this project. Firstly, building authentic relationships based on a focused goal matters. While the survey would have been an easy way to attract teachers to work with me, the detour actually became a valuable way of building a culture of collegial collaboration. International schools are complicated places. No one size fits all. However, by adopting a tried method of technology integration and embracing the already mandated method of collaborative planning for the written, taught and assessed curriculum in the MYP unit planner, I feel I have succeeded in delivering a robust method by which the use of the laptop in this setting can be considered more deeply for teaching and learning in a sustainable way. And from this, big things grow. All 3 teachers have shared the process with colleagues already. I will be reaching out to the international schools in the original survey to share this experience and the augmented MYP unit planner with low T. By focusing on that low T solution, I have become more interested in deepening my knowledge, so my own professional development goal next year is to attend official training for this tool and the development of a one-to-one laptop program in my new role as Academic Technology Director in St. Edward's School, Vero Beach, Florida. I would like to thank my very flexible and professional pilot team. My mentor, Alan Price, was invaluable in guiding this process and providing the contacts in his professional learning network for the international school community. I'd also like to thank the schools that responded to my survey with interesting and thoughtful answers to qualitative, open-ended questions.